Greetings people, it's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. Now today is something I've been wanting to review for a number of years and I haven't bothered because it needed re-stickering. And so I thought to myself, oh, do you know what, I'm going to get onto re-stickering that. Anyway, it's only taken about 5 years to do that. I don't remember where I got this figure, I don't remember how much I paid for it, you know, basically all the important stuff. But now I've finally re-stickered it. I thought, you know what, now all that shit's out of the way, I can finally get on to showcasing it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a review for a Generation 1 Pointblank. Okay, so here's Pointblank in his alt mode. He transforms into a futuristic Cybertronian car, which by this stage, right, was basically their get out clause for just having alt modes that didn't look anything like real life vehicles, because obviously they weren't taking Takara's molds by this point, they were making their own. So oh yeah, we'll just mold anything and just say it's a futuristic Cybertronian and whatever. Having said that, however, I kind of like this. I kind of like this alt mode. It kind of reminds me of a really seriously souped up Back to the Future DeLorean sort of thing. Especially when you start adding all the parts to it and everything like that. But this is the alt mode in its most basic form. Let me just show you some of the things that Pointblank came with. First of all, he came with one spoiler shield thing, which connects to the top of the alt mode, and he also holds it in robot mode in his hand as well. It doesn't really do much as a shield, quite frankly. It's a bit shit in that sense, but as a spoiler it works absolutely fine. And then because of his gimmick, he comes with this, which is his Targetmaster companion. Now I think Pointblank was partnered with Pinpointer. Was it Pinpointer? Pointblank. I can't remember. that's a fucking good start. Anyway, whatever this guy's name is, right? Because I could look in my book right now and tell you, but I'm not going to do that. Because my view is, if I'm going to be unprofessional, I might as well be from the outset and just carry the whole thing on from there. So to transform this guy into a weapon, it's very, very simple. You basically just bend him at the waist on that little pin joint, all the way around like that, and then he gets held by this little peg just here. Now, interestingly enough, the Autobot Targetmaster companions had a metal pin through their hips, but the Decepticon Targetmasters had to rely solely on friction joint, which invariably meant that this section right here or something like that would get snapped. And yeah, so my aimless for Generation 1 misfire is a classic example of that. So that's the weapon in weapon mode. So yeah, we'll just set him off to one side. And then we're talking about Pointblank just here. Now, you also would have come with an instruction booklet and text vector code on that, and you got all that shit. So let's put his spoiler on here. Now, the first thing you'll notice is there's a serious discrepancy between the colour of the spoiler and the rest of the blue on the figure. Now, sadly, that means this thing has yellowed to fuck. I don't know whether he's yellowed to fuck in my collection in the time that I've had it, or whether or not he was like that when I bought it. I don't know. But I did recently re-sticker this guy. And one of the things you will notice is the stickers were put on the wrong way round, just here, and therefore you can see there's a two-tone, what the plastic was supposed to be, compared to what the plastic is now, which was a bit of a shame. I did think about putting the stickers on the wrong way round again to cover that, but I thought, no. So I didn't. So there we are. In terms of the rest of the stickers, there was a little bit of glue that I was pretty much unable to get off on the figure, so I just had to plaster over them, so you can see a few bumps and things like that. It's not perfect, but by the time I'd finished this, actually I'd given up, and I just wanted to sleep or die, whichever one came first, really. And so yeah, that's the way he looks now. And also, there's two-tone on the plastic just here, where these stickers were also put on the wrong way around originally. So yeah, so whoever had this before me was a fucking idiot. So at least that we can agree. I don't remember where I got this guy. It might have been probably at a convention. I know I picked up the parts on eBay, but I don't know where I got the main figure from. I can't remember. My life has been one long collage of grey since I purchased this, so everything sort of blends into each other. So to put them all together, so we'll put his spoiler thing on there, and that completes the alt mode look. And I've got to say, it looks great. It really does. Plastic wheels, sadly, because they're giving up using rubber tyres by this point. But yeah, with that, he looks absolutely fantastic. What lets it down, sadly, is the addition of the Targetmaster companion just into that hole just there, and then that is the alt mode's attack mode. Now, as attack modes go, I have seen worse, but this is still not good. This is still not in any way encouraging. In fact, in last week's Cyclonus review, I showed off the alt mode with a Universe 2.0 nightstick, and just for the sake of repeating that, I'll do it again here. It doesn't fit in the hole as well as the other one, but the overall design of the Targetmaster, I think, lends itself far better to the alt mode, especially for most generation ones. This one certainly, I think, works, but whatever. That's a personal opinion. You might disagree. If you do, that's fine, but you're wrong. So, yeah, there's not really that much to say about him, apart from that. The colours are still really, really bright, except, of course, where the blue has sun faded and yellowed. I wasn't sure how to go about combating that, because it's the same pretty much on the bottom as well. You can see where the arms are. Wasn't sure the best way to go about that, so I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to re-sticker it, and then whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to go into a deep dive in terms of figure restoration here. I haven't got the patience for it. But yeah, that's Pointblank in his alt mode. I think, to be quite honest, yeah, he looks the business. He looks sharp as fuck. And sadly, if I had I don't display him like this, I display him in robot mode, because I sadly don't have the room in my display cabinets. But if I had the room, I would probably display him like this, because I think the alt mode is sharp, looking really, really good. So let's take him to robot mode. Okay, so to do that, we're going to take this part back off, and we're going to separate these forward wheel arch sections away from this little point just here, and they do actually plug in to the front just here, that you can see just there. Okay, see if I can get that focused. There we are. But this side here is snapped off, but whatever. So we're going to pull those forward just like this. Same on the other side. And then we're just going to get these arms out of the way. Okay. Then we're going to collapse these in like this. We're going to fold out the back of the car like this. And then spin the whole waist section around 180. Okay, so that's basically the legs done. It's a shame that the legs weren't on two separate things. It's all connected by this section of plastic just at the back here. So it would have been nice to get rid of that, but whatever. So let's just bring this up a little bit. Okay, now for here, we pull these out to the make sure the arms are up like this. Pull these out to the side and then spin them around like this. Get that fucking thing out of the way. Just like that. And then the arms will fold down like this. Sadly, loose as fuck. I might have to try and do something about it if at all possible. It's that screw just there, but I think, I don't know. I've got a feeling if I try tightening that screw up, it's not going to make any difference. And then the head reveal is you fold back the front section, bonnet of the car, and there's the head. And I'm just going to get a little bit closer in here. There we are. And get some light on that as well would be nice. And yeah, that's the head sculpt. It's got a really, really nice. It would have been nice as well. I think it would have been nice. It would have been nice if there had been some discernible detail in the face instead of it all painted white. But sadly, the Autobot Targetmasters were all guilty of this, including having only roughly half a head. But yeah, so if you want to do anything about that, either paint the eyes or maybe put some small stickers in there. I might put some small stickers on there at some point, just to try and bring the eyes out a little bit away from the face. But yeah, that was a problem on all the Autobot Targetmasters. In fact, their heads were really small compared to the Decepticon ones. They had a little bit more detail and sort of paint apps in the face and shit like that. This is all just block white, and therefore sort of lets the figure down a little bit. But apart from that, that there is Pointblank. Okay, now ignore the light reflecting on his chest. There's fuck all I can do about that. Articulation wise, well, The arms will go round a full 360, but it's awkward because these sections just hit. No, in fact they don't. They go around about 270 degrees, and they go out to the sides, and then they do bend at the elbow as well. That's about as much articulation as you get out of this figure. Let's give him his accessories. So that's his shield, right? Because that's going to do a fucking lot in the heat of battle. And then his Targetmaster companion just here, and then yeah, his arms will bend like about that far. Sadly, he's very, very loose in the wrist as well. It's definitely my figure. Yeah, so it's yeah, it's. I actually thought this was actually in better condition than it was. Weirdly enough, that's just me clearly being wrong. Despite that, and despite the fact that it's got about as much articulation as Stephen Hawking, I think I still think it's pretty good. The only thing that really for me lets it down is the sun damage and the discoloration to the blue, because you can see, as I said, the difference between the colour just here. But you know what you're going to do. The figure is about 33 years old. At this stage, I'm not expecting miracles, and for being 33 years old, I think you can actually agree that it's in pretty decent condition. Really, I'm glad I restickered it. This has been on my list of figures to resticker for quite a while now. When I say quite a while, I'm talking roughly maybe about 5 years. So I finally got around to it, and yeah, if he still had the old stickers on him, this would look like a tardy piece of shit. But thankfully, the new stickers on him really do give him a new lease on life. Sadly, I have put one of the stickers on a bit pissed on one of his Autobot symbols. If I can get that off, I'll reposition it. If not, I will still sleep comfortably tonight. And that's the important thing, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching this review. Would I recommend him? If you're a G1 collector, yeah, get him. He's a worthy addition to any collection. I can't remember how much I paid for him. As I said, I don't know where I got him. But yeah, sorry about that. Hit the wrong button there. I was trying to zoom out, and I turned off the camera. So that's me being a wanker. Yeah, get him if you want him. He's a decent addition to any collection, especially considering the gimmick, the master gimmick. I always like the Headmasters, Targetmasters, and Powermasters because it really did try doing something new with an already established formula. And for the most part, I would say that that those actual toys that came out under those banners actually pretty much hit the nail on the head. They were something new, they were something interesting, and they kept your imagination going. Plus the fact as well, you got like sort of extra toys with it, like sort of as in the companions. So a lot more playability value than you might realise. But yeah, that's Generation 1 Pointblank. Thank you very much. I've lost the ability to talk. Thank you very much for watching this review. This is Gerard Galvin Barry, also known as Wolfgang 1, not sitting here having a stroke, just losing the ability to talk because, I'm getting old. That's my excuse, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting old. If you liked this video, then leave a comment, rate, comment, subscribe, do all the things that I always forget to tell people to do. And I will see you again next week. Now, next week is going to be something special, because we're going to start taking a look at the Stunticons, and it's going to be like a 6-part review basically, and it's going to be the last part is going to be their combined mode Menasor. So do be sure to check back over the next few weeks leading up to the Menasor review. Yeah, until then, this is me saying thanks for watching, and take care.